Hi all and welcome back to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you landed to my page today, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with suspicious syndrome and the like, along with tips and advice along the way, be it your general health as your mental health, along with also, in saying this, some fun and games hopefully to entertain you all. It has been brought to my attention, as said, that I'm going to cut down on some of the autism awareness kind of videos, or just autism related videos for now, just to put on hold for probably for the next few days. He said just maybe a week for now, so that we can actually jazz it up a bit. So in saying this though, don't fall over for it. I'll bring some more into it, obviously, because being Autism Awareness Month or what have you, I'll be sure to bring out as many information out there for you while I've been researching. Okay, as you know, basically, if you're into these things, smash the like, comment below, or just feel free to, subscribe, because as I said, I'm hoping to do this on the daily, Monday to Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, time depending, obviously, onto my schedule. Then don't forget, also, if you do decide to subscribe and join me on the bandwagon, feel free to notification bell on, because it needs to be on so that you can be up to date with what I do. This will be much appreciated. So let's begin. This one's all about tough love, hopefully. And in saying this is going to be a bit of a trigger warning to some of you maybe that has been in a traumatic experience of some kind, regardless, and in advancement. So don't forever feel that you have to watch this, but as I said, I want to educate, motivate you all, and whatever other reasons I've been sharing with you all right now, because obviously at this point in time it is important to do so, because everybody needs a helping hand once in a while. And also, as a clear note, the disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so if you see any warning signs and symptoms regards to the video series I've shared in the past or present, do seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or seek an opinion for yourself or your loved one, because I don't forever condone self-harm. So this one's going to be all about tough love today, so hopefully you'll enjoy this and let me know. So you may be wondering to the key factor of what it's all about, how it comes about, and the tips and advice that I'm going to cover for you guys today. So trigger warning is defined as a promotion of a person's welfare, especially those of an addict, child, criminal, or abuser, by enforcing constraints on them or requiring them to take on full responsibility for their own actions. Tough love is an expression used when someone treats another person harshly or sternly with the intent to help them in the long run. Millikan described tough love through the expression, "I don't care how this makes you feel towards me. You may hate my guts, and I am doing this because I love you." Millikan strongly emphasizes that a relationship of care and love is a prerequisite of tough love, and that it requires that caregivers communicate clearly to their loved ones to the subject. Maya Slavitas believes, based on our own experiences, that this may be difficult, since some people experiencing addiction, for an example here, consider themselves unworthy of love and finds it difficult to believe others to love them. In most of us, however, or in most users that are addicted, some form of addict, there must be some actual love or feeling of affection behind the harsh or stern treatment to be defined as tough love. A classic example here generally concerned parents refusing to support their drug-addicted child financially until they entered into drug rehabilitation, would be said to be practicing this practice of tough love. Another vision of being cruel to be kind, this is known for. To show somebody some tough love today will save them from the heartache in the future, but may cause a small amount of upset for the receiver immediately after the tough love has been dispensed or given away. They would suffer more if you let them get on with their life with no interference from any third parties. As we all know, for many of us that has been through different traumas in our lives, it is like, for a classic example, you will hear and see about a lot, is people becoming violent, towards their victims or towards their, partners, I should say, and falls into the trap of the abuser. And sometimes we don't realize that we're doing this to affect us before it's too late. Some might be aware of what they're doing towards their partners, some may not, depending on the key factors of obviously what's going on with their life and their mental state of mind and whatnot that caused them to stem from, abusing the partner and whatnot. But that's not to say that we should excuse their behaviours of abusing that person. no matter what we go through in life, as I said, we shouldn't justify or have the answer to that person's behaviour towards the abusers. As you're aware, I have shared my story so many times before about my past, about, you know, being abused, as well as also sharing some bits and pieces on how to help you guys with, you know, abuse and stuff. So I'll link that in the description under my playlist somewhere for you guys. I felt at the time it was really hard to trust and love somebody like him, you know, and trying to be able to love myself again, regardless of my self-confidence and self-esteem was running on low, as it was being chipped. But as you're aware, I came from a loving home with loving parents. You know, despite that love and that from my parents and all, you know, I was clouded with doubt and everything else that was being fed to my mind, obviously, when I was, you know, abused. And this can come into play for most of the abused, you know, victims that comes along the way. And for these two words, tough love, however, to be thrown at me for quite some time during this past relationship, it did bother me. I was blinded by his repercussions or what he was doing to me, and accepting what he was doing and thinking this is love. But don't get me wrong, I now firmly believe, or has always believed, that love isn't abuse. Love isn't jealousy. Love isn't making fun of everybody based on their looks, goals and dreams, etc., etc. You can't call abuse that you're just having a bad day and just take it out on the other person, however, especially if they're on the receiving end. My experience here was that I felt no power, you know, I felt hopeless and weak, and that no matter what I was trying to share with my friends, or so-called friends at that time, that they would either back off or choose to either laugh at me, thinking that it was all in my head and whatnot of what I was going through. Sometimes, in saying this as a quote, you need to take 2 steps backwards and 2 steps forwards. Tough love is hard sometimes, as we know, and a sad and lonely road when we have to do this, that we have to walk down on our own, maybe. It's a process we use and we have to go through when we need to step away from the control or stop the desire to help a loved one who has become too dependent on drugs or alcohol or any other wrongdoings. It could also be used for a person who has to have or just had a huge wake-up call when they are self-destructing their own life or the welfare of others. With tough love, however, there's always a lesson to be learned, and unfortunately it's learning it the hard way, as we know. Most unhealthy relationships have a caregiver and a dependent party, whether this is a friendship, a parental child relationship, or a romantic relationship. When the caretaker has had enough, however, when they think enough is enough, and that they are drained emotionally, physically, or financially by the dependent party, a step taken backwards by the caregiver is taken to let the dependent fall onto their face. In other words, the step taken backwards usually leads to a huge jump forward. The dependent then is once shown, however, that they need to change their own life. Tough love can be a sink or swim situation and can be heart-wrenching to endure and to watch. But when the swimmer rises from the depths of their dependence and becomes fully aware of becoming their own person, it's a win-win for both individuals. So what do you do when you find yourself stuck between a rock and a hard place with someone you love? You may be asking, how do you take 2 steps backward to help them bounce back forwards? Well, I'm here today to share with this to you quite quickly. Here's how to use tough love on your loved ones, including yourself, to help them to change their lives for the better. 1. Let go of your needs and wants. Sometimes we want something very badly for the other person, right? For example, for them to forever change, even though it's up to them to change. And it's, you know, some people may change for the better, some for the bad, you know, and what have you. But then again, you know, it's hard to tell with some different people with mental health disorders like narcissists and sociopaths and whatnot. It's hard to determine that. We think we know what they need and what will make their life change for the better for them. But most of the times we are enabling the dependent in that relationship. We need to learn to let go and let the dependent of ours, you know, figure things out for themselves. It can be hard, but focus on ourselves and let them find themselves. 2, establish clear and healthy boundaries. Knowing your limits is important too. Under this, be able to decipher your needs and wants and your dependents' needs and wants. Learn to say no when you want to say yes. It's okay to say no once in a while. Obviously, it's not being selfish. You're just looking out for yourself, because obviously number 1 has to be looked after, as well as, you know, letting go of this particular someone. Don't fall for the victim story is number 3. Everyone loves a bit of drama in their life once in a while, or a sad sob story, right? Don't fall for it. Listen open-heartedly and learn to separate your head from your heart. A sob story is a manipulative way of trying to get their negative attention from us. You want the dependent to become their own hero, so don't allow them to be their own victim by falling for their own story, or for the story. 4, don't do anything or don't do for anyone what they can do for themselves. What I'm meaning here is plain and simple. Unless this is an elderly adult or young child, however, do not do more than what you need to do in your relationship. They need to do some stuff for themselves, knowing right from wrong, what, you know, they've done, to take into their own hands of, you know, what the consequences are. Trying to do everything for someone else who is capable is only destroying your own energy levels, confidence, and can possibly deplete your bank accounts. If someone is physically and emotionally capable of doing a task, let them. Number 6 is basically, you know, forgive what they've done. It's because obviously forgiveness is important. You can be at peace within yourself, and obviously in saying this, you hopefully have a clarity of what's to come. Number 5, last but not least, seek help. Professional help is important if you can't learn tough love or having difficulties stopping your enabling practices. When you want the best for someone, learn to walk away and get the help for yourself. However, it's okay to ask for help for once in a while. It's never a sign of weakness. You can, like the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Only you can find an oasis and enjoy it. Okay, and a little advice here from me to you guys is, whenever you are sick and tired of worrying about someone else the day in, day out, on a daily, try tough love and some self-love on yourself, and hopefully in saying this, you'll be able to be at peace and happy again. Well, this quickly ends a quick overview of tough love. Is it time to let go? Smash the like button, comment below. Feel free to follow me on my social medias listed below. Feel free to, as I shared earlier, subscribe to my channel, as I said, because I do this on the daily, Monday to Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, time depending obviously. And on saying this, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Share these videos around to family and friends. And all for the do, guys. Thanks for support. Thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out. And I'll see you later.